Hi everyone, welcome to today's Spag lesson. Today what we are learning to do, and if you see it's written above my head, is to punctuate speech. What does that mean? Well, when we're writing speech in our writing, for example, "Hello everyone," said Mr. Patton, we need to show the reader who is speaking, and we do that with something called speech marks, or sometimes called inverted commas. And as soon as you see these in your writing, or anything that you are writing, you know that somebody or something is speaking. So, inverted commas, they go at the start and the end of the speech. And if you look in your Spag books, you can see an example of that in the blue book. Now, another thing you have to remember is there's always a punctuation mark before the final speech marks. That just says that the part they are speaking is over. It might be a comma, it might be a question mark, or it sometimes is an exclamation mark. It can even be other things, but that's what we're going to be using today. So, what we are going to do today is have a go at punctuating speech using speech marks, or sometimes called inverted commas. How are we going to do that? We're going to do it this way. First, we're going to read the sentence, and we are going to decide exactly what is said. So if you see words like said, asked, shouted, or other words, these are called speech words, these are not said aloud. They just tell the reader who is speaking. So you're going to get your ruler, and after you've read your sentence, you're going to underline only what is said. That's really important. Miss out the said, asked, inquired, other speech words like this, and usually the person's name. So get your ruler and underline only what is said. If you make a mistake, don't worry. Sometimes it helps even reading out loud. Okay, so now we know only what is said. What do we do next? We take our speech marks, and they should sit above the line, not on the line, and they look like, the first set looks like little 66s with the hole filled in. And we put that before what is said. So just at the start of your line. Then go along to the end of the line. Remember to look for that finished punctuation. It might be a question mark, it might be a comma, and you put the second set of speech marks, the closing speech marks, after it. And they look like a little 99 this time, with the holes filled in. And again, they sit up, not on the line. Okay, now that you've heard this, I'd like to have a go yourselves. Mr. Patton will show you one example, and then you can have a go yourselves. What do you do when you're finished? Well, Mr. Patton would like to see your work to check if there's any errors, but after that, the dialogue we wrote yesterday, you can have a go, whether it's speech bubbles, or if you were in the other group, you've written a little play script, have a go at turning that into dialogue. You'll need to use speech marks, and you'll also need to say who is saying it. So you'll need to add said lamb or said wolf. Don't forget the speech marks. So today we are learning to punctuate speech with speech marks, or sometimes called inverted commas. How am I going to do that? I'm going to read the sentence out loud. I'm going to decide what is said. I'm going to underline only what is said. I'm going to put speech marks at the start, little 66s above the line, and then I'm going to put speech marks at the end of the line, after the person has finished speaking, and after that piece of punctuation, the question mark, the comma, or whatever the writer has used. Have a go yourselves, and remember, when you finish the page, have a go at turning some of the dialogue you wrote yesterday into speech using inverted commas. Good luck, everyone.